Well, Thomas, I kind of need an upgrade. You're kind of getting worn out. Front end is all shaky, loose. Tires are bald. Your plugs are fouling on you. Your timing chain kind of slaps and clicks and whatnot. I kind of need an upgrade, and maybe you get all the love you need somewhere someday.
Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other has to say. Reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oodle lolly, golly, what a day. Never ever thinking there was danger in the water they were drinking, they just guzzled it down. Never dreaming that a scheming sheriff and his posse was watching them and gathering around. Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest, jumping fences, dodging trees, trying to get away. Contemplating nothing but escaping, finally making it. Oodle lolly, golly, what a day. Oodle lolly, golly, what a day.
Ooh. Dang. Just in case you're wondering how you flange out a piece of exhaust without a pipe expander, pinch in the old vise, hammer that girl home for a little bit. It might look sketchy because it is. It's just barely on the end of that bolt, barely on the end of that bolt. Tap that old cross member in there and start laying welds. This is the old one. And as you can see, this is driver's side. Someone done run into something. Upper and lower control arms. Got the shocks out. That one's still the shocks attached to it. I thought it'd be a good way to do it. These, holy crap. They're heavy. One thing I've managed to do for sure is make a mess. That thing's a beast. Got this outside part of the passenger side of the frame ground down, purdied up. Bottom side looks good. I like those bolts. And you know what? They kind of serve a purpose. They pinched it for me so I could weld it. Yeah. They pinched it for me so I could weld it. Yeah. That's cool that those can go in there. They got it welded. And it's pretty crafty right there. But either way, it's stuck. Hit it with the wire. Trying to get that kind of a color to it, and then instead of painting it black, put a clear coat on it. Look, that look pretty good. Yeah, there you go. You got the angle to it. By golly. Frame tube there. Frame tube. That's one I just got done, so it's hot, so I'm not messing with that one. But yeah, it took me. I started on this last night. And I finally got done just now. It is 4:30. I got started on this about 1 o'clock. But this is how you tell if they're straight. A little trick I've learned on the YouTube University. Sure looks straight, yeah? Here's my axle after I got it all cleaned up, painted up on this side at least. Don't have paint on the flip side. I think I probably welded this guy on a little too much. If I ever want to take it off, it's going to be more grinding than need be. Probably just needed one here and one here. I didn't need this whole thing, but that's all right. Can't hardly tell. It does say trail gear right there. Got the small diff armor all on there and stuff. Got it. Bang. Look at that. That engine better smash that down a little bit, because holy crap. Yeah, those are my old 31-inch tires. Let's see what we're at now. 45 on the dot. Dang. 8 inches of lift. The engine's in, transmission's in, and this thing's still high. No, that's shit. I don't think it dropped very much. Yeah, this ain't a 3-inch lift. Like I said, it's more like 4 or 5, which is ridiculous. But that's what I got. That's what I have. So we're just gonna have to make it right. Drag link here versus my tie rod. See how this drag link goes that way and the tie rod's like that? That versus that. I'm thinking they should probably be in line with each other, because when this wheel goes up, I just have this good suspicion that those guys make unnecessary contact. Working over some stock 1985 Toyota leaf springs to put in the truck here. Now here's a comparison. There's those. Man, that's supposed to be a 3-inch lift compared to a stock one. Can't really see because the paint's still in contrast funny. Smidge bit of difference there. Ride height for right now. So that's pretty dang normal, really. I mean, it's like I have my truck back. I think it actually might be a little lower. That's crazy. Looking at that. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna have that much bump stop room until I get some new springs or something. I think the axle's just all ready. I just need to do my alignment, but I'll do that with when I have 4 tires because I use a string. It's a cool little trick. This is my brake system I set up. Welded this on. It's a old brake bracket off the IFS. The other side's off of Trevor's old Chinook frame. Got the steel braided brake cable. Goes down to my yeah, I've made sure this all fit in nice, and it goes down here to my V6 brake caliper because it's just a beefier unit. And then this is my homemade design. This was my dual shock absorber. I thought I was gonna throw that thing away or give it away. And this back here, I had to put in this spacer there so that I could have this gap here, so that way this guy on my shock is high enough. And it all worked. This is the first side I did, and it only took me about 14 hours to get it all figured out. The other side, on the other hand, I knew what I was doing. This side you can see my spacer a little bit better, mostly because of the glimmer of my a little bit dirty but still ever so shiny exhaust header. But then this one, this is off Trevor's. This is the part that's off of Trevor's Chinook. They pinched it for me so I could weld it. Yeah, I'm actually shaking the truck right now. I like the angle of these, how it does that, and I'm not going to get pinched anywhere. Of course, it's like 3 hours getting this nice little steering stabilizer in there. This guy's the booger. So he has to be at this angle, because if he's straight up and down, what happens if he's straight up and down? Can't remember. But if he's fully flat, he can't be over here on the other side. He can't be fully flat because the right this back here will hit the tie rod. So he has to be kind of at this angle. And then getting its push throw just right, because once I turned all the way driver, it was hitting my leaf spring. So I had to push it back a little bit. And after that final adjustment, I got it. And I did not use the mount that they gave me. I got my mill and milled out those holes. so I could put that 1/2-inch bolt through. And the bushing, I had to shave it down to be able to fit in there. And the sleeve that they give you, I had to cut that down a little bit shorter so it'd fit inside the bushing, so that bolt would. It was a project, way more than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so my truck's kind of squatted. That's because I let it down a little bit. And the thing is, it's going to be sitting kind of like this. Maybe not quite that bad unless I do something about it, so that's what I'm doing. I'm putting in these daggone stupid blocks. Hate those things. Well, after 6 hours of modify to fit, I finally modified it to fit. First, the center pin hole in the block is too small for the center pin in the leaf springs, and so you have to get your mill and mill that out so that thing will fit in there. Down here at the bottom, the center pin in the block is too small for the center pin hole in the leaf spring perch, and so you have to sleeve it to make it fit in there snug. Then you think you're good, but no. The U-bolts are too narrow. You have to modify your bump stop so that these will fit around it. Then you have to spread them out down here to be able to go around your leaf spring perch and fit in your U-bolt plates. Then you're good, because they actually did something right. They made sure that the thread pitch on the U-bolts matches the thread pitch on the U-bolt nuts. If they hadn't done that, everything would have really sucked. But you can't fault them too much. Apparently at Superlift, where this thing is made, they're just a bunch of hickerbilly cousin loving inbred rednecks that find it hard to make proper measurements for things, and so they leave it up to you to do it yourself. Then, once you get it all in, you find out that your stock shock absorbers are too short. This right here is the full extent of a Toyota shock absorber. So leave it to AutoZone to sell you a $25 shock that was made to go into an early 2000s Dodge Dakota or Dodge Durango, and it has 10 inches of travel. And it should work good enough. Well, after a month and 2 mechanics and having to source a different differential, I finally got my rear diff re-geared to 529 and it is ready to go in that void right there. I'll have my truck back. Going down the road and everything's really nice. It rides well, except for my up travel is not so good. The bump stops hit the frame under little bumps. Ones that you really just want to kind of drive over. So I'm doing my leaf spring thing. As you can see, once again, I've made a mess. But I took the 2 lower leaf springs out. There's a little bit more arch, not a lot. But yeah, I took these old beefy guys apart. Took the 2 middle ones. So as you can see on this bigger one, there's a tiny little one down there on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I took, if you go up from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, I took number 3 and number 4. So number 3 has a military wrap on it, and number 4 is the one right underneath it. I went from, what was it, about one finger's width of bump stop room. With this, I got 2.5 inches. So I think that's probably gonna be okay. All right, got the tire on, sitting on the ground. Let's see what we got. 9.5, 9.5. I have not yet done this side. What do we have here? 7.5. Yep, 2-inch lift. That's nice. I think that'll do me good. No knees. Well, I got my overheating issue figured out, and I don't think it was the radiator. I think it was the fan belt was loose, but either way, got an oversized Land Cruiser radiator in there now. Should be good to go. Running cool. That's good numbers right there. But man, I'll tell you, the view here is nice. Those San Juans. After I get done with the Potter fence, sometime next week, that's the next destination. Well, made it to the top of Love Mesa here. Letting the dogs get out and sniff on things and maybe rolling something gross. Over there's the LaSalle Mountains. Sure looks good with that little bit of rain in front of them, huh? But old Thomas did pretty good. Well, I mean, pretty good, but really good, of course, you know. Still need to fix up my windshield wipers. I think tomorrow we're gonna go down 7N Mesa, go down into the saddle between 7N and Winter Mesa and roll up a fence. That'll be the solid axle swap Thomas Gatekeeper expedition. Ready, Thomas? Second gear. A little arch. I feel like you're in Moab right now, huh? Made it down here to the electric fence. This is where the work starts and the fun stops, I guess. Clouds are closing in. That's nice because 100 degrees down here in this semi-arid desert, uphill, 4-wheel drive. Got my temperature a little up. Don't like that much. Nobody knows me I'm out here except for Wanda. People think I'm crazy because I come out here in a pickup truck. Nobody else does. It's always the biggest thing that comes out here anymore is a Polaris Ranger. It's not too bad. There ain't no water. There's some water deep down under there. Hopefully get some rain, cool things off, and keep on trucking.
The National Weather Service in Grand Junction has issued a flash flood warning for west central Mesa County and west central Colorado until 5:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time.